Hello, welcome back to another episode of Kerbin Space Program, where we are not quite picking up where we left off, because in the meantime I landed once more on Minmus with the crew from the station, just to pick up some more science. But now I'm back here with Lizbro, and I was just targeting one of the derelicts, so that we can hopefully bring in some more material kits, although, as we will notice, I'm down to 7 pieces of debris in the entire game, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are in low Kerbin orbit, so reachable for Lizbro. Anyway, let's see. Let's check what MechJeb says about transferring to this piece of debris. That's in 2 hours, 46 minutes. That's okay with me. Let's maybe actually get away a little bit from the station. That's okay, and we will recreate this node. Excellent. And we will meet back with Lizbro once the node is actually due. I believe we do have this one correction maneuver for the Minmus rover, but apart from that, we are pretty much clear all the way to the space camp launch. There's not much in the calendar until then. Well, a capture burn as well. Okay, so let's fast forward to the Minmus rover correction burn. Jump to the ship. And let's see. I scheduled this with the flight computer because I already expected that we would not have a connection here. This craft only has a short-range antenna, so I will just let flight computer perform this maneuver. It should start in just a little bit. Fortunately, it also automatically stops the time warp, so that's pretty simple. And seeing that engine, yeah, I still haven't fixed that effect. And that was that burn, just a tiny correction. So let's see, let's focus on Minmus. How did that affect our capture burn? I believe we are still okay. Let's see. Plus, -1. Yeah. Still perfectly aligned for the capture burn, which is also scheduled just in case. But we should have a connection when we are around Minmus, because there's relay satellites there, although interestingly it doesn't look like they have a connection right now. Why is that? Well, we will figure out in due time. Let's head back to the Space Center so we can fast forward to the next maneuver. Okay, Lizbro, hopefully this time everything works out with all of the tanks, but it really should. I know the procedural tank still will not accept parts except by manual transfer, so we cannot recover 2 big ships, but apart from that it should be okay. Move that. Oh, and we also need to activate those engines. Yeah, okay. I didn't fill up the tanks completely, but we should be okay, I guess. Well, we'll see. In this case, we will just have to dump the material kits. It's not like we immediately need them for anything, but let's see, create now, that's in 8 minutes, nothing else coming up. Let's just go there. We could probably even retract the antennas, but as long as electric charge is okay, we should be fine. Looks like we might be approaching in the dark though, so maybe we'll get a chance to use the lights. Closest approach, looking fine. Create a node there, that's 90 meters, so that's, yeah, half a second about. Should be about right. And we already have it in sight, so let's just move on. One thing I noticed, well, over the time that I've been recording this is some actual differences to when I play offline or off camera. I always used to play KSP with music in the background, but well, doing that with YouTube would just lead to all of the videos being probably blocked for copyright or whatever. So unfortunately that's not possible. Although it's really a little bit more enjoyable with music, so that's sad. Let's see, this way, yeah, roughly this way. In about a minute, that's okay. Let's rotate a little, and it should be this light actually. Let's turn it on. Well, we do see a little bit more. Now, where is the hatch? This way, okay. Approach a little bit more before we bring out Lizbro. We are on a slightly dangerous collision course. Okay, disassembled parts, and we managed to collect the material kits this time. Excellent. Right, we can switch off again. Let's have a look for the next part. This one is in a higher orbit, so we will not be able to reach it unless we also go into a higher orbit. Maybe we'll just do that. Okay, turn, prograde. Not target, orbit, prograde, please. And it's in an 80 by 85 kilometer orbit, so we should probably go up to about, yeah, at least this much. Let's see. In an hour, do we have anything else scheduled? No. In theory, that would work. So let's also grab that bit in an hour. And if you're not interested in watching me collect more debris, just fast forward a little bit. It's probably not taking more than, well, another 5 or 8 minutes or so. Let's see. Go ahead, perform that. And we are now down to 17 days until we really need to check on Valentina and fine-tune her final approach to the asteroid. That looks like a messy burn. What did I do? Haha, MechJeb. Oh no. Okay. Well, that was not as planned. And certainly did not give us a closed approach. What do we do now? I really don't... Okay, let's turn SAS on, turn retrograde, fix this mess. And hope we still have enough fuel then to... Okay, well, let's see. Let's try this again. Home and transfer. Great node. Nope, not like this. I should have checked this node. Well, let's see. We're going up high, so in the next orbit, where will we meet? Target position will be way ahead of us. Okay, let's try to fix that a little more. We are ahead of periapsis, so rotation point up a little bit. This should prevent... Nope. Definitely not this way. I'm trying to prevent our periapsis to dip any further. So maybe this way. Nope, that's not working. Let's see. I would need to burn radial in, theoretically. Shift this orbit. No more radial in then. Yeah. And I actually do have to pay attention to my fuel now, which is highly unusual. Come on, off. Go back retrograde. We are about... well... I think I'll just want to perform a maneuver behind that. Let's try... That's a 0.8 meters sec... Yeah, that's better. Okay. So we will do the correction there. And that's in 3 days. Well, 3 days actually works for me, because then we will be done with all of this business. And Lizbro has some time to think about what I messed up. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's quickly check that Lizbro actually has enough supplies. But she should have plenty. Okay. Kerbin orbit, yeah, 45 days of supplies, that's okay. And pretty much everybody else has a lot of supplies except for Agavin, who is on this vessel, and that's also okay. He actually has way more supplies than he needs because of... actually, this will be corrected. Yeah, because of the tourists not being on board anymore. Because if you remember, I had to delete this contract, otherwise the game would just crash. So let's fast forward to this capture burn. And make sure it's actually correct. Let's see, 134 meter burn. Yeah, that looks okay. So let's go. We do have enough delta V in this stage, so no problem here. also need to remember to perform goo observations while docked with the station, because that's required by our contract. Let me quickly check perform now and return it to Kerbin. Yeah, okay. Okay, we are done with that. And well, not quite correct, but it's okay. Add something there and fine tune to come within 30 meters of the station. Delete the first one, the second one is a 0.07 meter correction, so that's also okay. In over an hour. Okay, let's see. It's probably still going to happen before the base camp, because even though it's done in an hour, it still has to roll out afterwards. Well, let's see. How long will it take to roll out this? And we can hopefully roll it out to Baker. Yes, we do. However, it's 1.5 hours. This will happen before that. Alright. But I promise we will get this done today. May not be able to return to Lizbro, but I can probably take care of that myself later. You've seen enough of that. Okay, execute. And we want to match velocities afterwards. Yeah, 30 meters. Okay. And that's in another 90 minutes. Well, let's see, do we want to... I think I want to dock this first, just to not have conflicts in scheduling. So I will execute this maneuver. Actually, do not warp. 0.8 meter. That's not the correct burn. I want to home and transfer to... not home and I want to match velocities. This one, please. That looks more like it, and it's in 26 minutes. Yeah, definitely scheduling conflict with the launch. So we will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perform this docking before taking care of the launch. And we also have to stay for 4 hours at this station. That was what the original tourist contract required us to do. Although we now have a lot more supplies than we should have had. I'll just take the supplies back to Kerbin and dump them there. Going to rendering distance, yeah, well. There's a couple craft here. And actually we will have to search for a available docking port. Will be interesting. Okay, I got in hold for a second there. Let's see. We do have these top boards, and I think that's the only ones we have available right now. Everything else is currently being used. We could have Lizzie install another one, say there. Let's have a look. Do we have a spare docking port in one of these inventories? In fact, we do. There's a docking port. Anything here? No. And to check the container, I will need to have you exit briefly. Can you access the container from there? Yes, you can, but there's no docking port there. So let's see. Yeah, I think I do want to attach a docking port there. So let's move the docking port first. So inventory this and inventory this, just so it's more easily accessible. I will not use a construction port. It's better off this way. And put it that side or that side? Oh, I think this way. This one would be more easily accessible, but I think this one works out better with the center of mass of the whole vessel. So let's see. You equip your screwdriver that was already equipped. Now let's open this inventory, grab this thing, and can I change the node? Yes. Attach it, screw it. Excellent. And go right back. Now we can target this, switch back to Agavin, set as target, and we have a docking target, which we are almost perfectly aligned for. Yeah, I think I will need alignment indicator today. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can rotate it so that we can only have to shift on one axis, although it's twitchy. Let's back up a little bit first. We have to back up anyway. Actually, we don't have to back up. Okay. Now let's move this way. And then we take care of centering the marker on the targeting vertical, basically. Okay. Oh, we'll stick like that, and as soon as it stops rotating, accelerate this a little bit, and we also should bring in the solar panels, otherwise we might bump into them, so retract the panels. Good on electric charge for a while, so no problem there. But I will deactivate the engine. What will we do with all the Delta V? Did I plan to land this by any chance? Kerbin has already landed on Minmus, I believe. Otherwise she wouldn't have 3 stars. Yeah, planted a flag on Minmus. So we don't need to land her. Oh, we do have a rescue thingy. But I think I wanted to fly there with an engineer, probably. We will have to check that mission. But this can wait until after we launched all the space camp people. Okay. Looks good enough for docking. A little bit down, and yeah, let's just rotate into place like this. Okay, no more of that. Docked. Excellent. Okay, now let's first perform the goo observation, right? Yes. So we do have mystery goo here, right? No? Maybe this? That's the magnetometer. This one? This one, okay. Observe Mystery Goo. Keep that experiment, and let's say we need to bring that data down. How about, can Lizzie access this from here? Take data, yes. Okay. And restore, she can't because she's not a scientist. That's not a problem. Can I put the data there? No, I cannot. Well, you'll have to fly. Now we can store the data, okay. And I actually want to transfer some more data because, yeah, as I said, I went down to Minmus surface. I went pretty much down there and brought data from the flats. And some of that can really be returned to Kerbin. Let's see, I think it's probably something stored there or here. Somewhere anyway. Well, something is here, magnetometer from the flats, crew report and a seismic scan. And I definitely have these also on another copy on the station for the lab, but right now the lab is still pretty full. Yeah, we only have 10 units of data available, so we definitely need to wait a little bit until this has dropped. So let's say that was these, right? What if I bring Agavin out? Can you access the data here? No, you can't. Okay, let's grab Lizbro again. I really, reason is this hatch is sideways, so that might cause trouble. Take all of this and let go. Activate RCS. Back up a little. Store some more and fly back. I could probably transfer it using the tools as well, but that's the old school way, so let's stick to it. Okay, I will set a reminder here in 4 hours, and then Minmus station in 4 hours. Add alarm. Close. Return to the space center. And now we can launch these space camp people. And maybe actually take a save before that. We will have to choose a pilot for this crew, so let's see. Well, generic, yeah, why not? You're the first one on the list. Looks okay. Anybody else? MechJeb is also a good candidate. One of them has quite a couple missions already. Let's see. Generic 3, MechJeb 10. Tell me, how long have you stayed in orbit? 47 days already. Well, time to put another 40 days on it. MechJeb it will be. Doesn't have a lot of courage, but she is very much not stupid, so that's always a bonus. And let's double check the list of people we have to fly. Okay, new contracts, fly above the moon, no, land on moon, Minmus, no, bring one tourist there, no, investor tour another time, space camp. So, from Mauna, Dilton, Shelby, Lurie, Slewell until Elliot, and it should be 12 people. So we can check that. Maybe it will even give us the list on the choice then when we launch. Okay, there was also something here. Let's have a look. Return a surface sample from the moon's highlands. Not today. It's still not rolled out. Okay, good thing, good thing. So, space camp, launch. Oh god, this will be interesting. Remove, clear all, first of all, clear all. Now, here we will add XP. Where are you? Here. And now let's have a look. Our tourists. Elliot's the last one. Be shall we, right? Yeah. Shall we? Actually, let's just start from the bottom 12, all of them. We'll need to go into this. I didn't consider that all of these individual modules would yeah, require individual loading. Okay, 12 tourists and a pilot. Hopefully it's the correct ones. We shall check in the contract page on the launch pad. Come on, loading screen. Okay, let's see, contract page. And let's hide this for a second. Not the station, not the goo, all of this not. Space camp. So, 12 passengers. Apparently we have the correct passengers. We also have a pilot with the correct crew. We still need the engineer and scientist, but they are waiting for us on the station. And I really don't want to check this list. If we are missing somebody, we can just bring them up individually. So, get rid of that, bring that back up. Now let's target the station. Right about here. And let's say we are here, so we need to wait a little bit. Station is up in 150 kilometer orbit, so we probably have to wait until about 330 kilometers before launching, and we want to go straight to 150. We're currently using the wrong something here, so let's make sure we actually control from. Yeah, the docking port is fine. Well, this one is better. Okay, control from the pilot station. Okay, now TWR is high enough that we can use a reasonably flat profile. This should be okay. So let's fast forward until we are 330 kilometers away. And that's this number here, distance to target in the rendezvous information. Our Minmus station is still 4 hours away, so no problem there. Let's also have a quick staging check. So that's the boosters, right? Yeah, that's, well, the booster, parachutes, main engine, the fairings, and top engine. Okay, so we can probably stage until 4 armed. Should be okay, and we're still closing in. Let's already engage the autopilot. Now we just have to wait a little bit more. On airless moons, the MechJeb ascent guidance to meet up with the target works reasonably well. Not so much on Kerbin. So we really have to aim this manually every time, and actually I think I want to wait until 310. Just to be sure, it's always easier to catch up from behind, at least in this case, than from ahead of it. Let's go. And this is actually the launch with the most people on board so far in this save. And it will probably be the one with the most people for a long time. Unfortunately, it's another nighttime launch, but that's just the way things are. Although, well, we could have waited until daytime, just a couple more hours. This station is overhead every 30 minutes anyway, so let's see. I hope it will be okay. Let's have a quick look at the path. We are ahead of the ascent path, but that's okay. And I will not time warp with this, just because there's so many Kerbals on board. And they do not have an abort system. Although the thrust to weight ratio on the next stage is high enough that we could still get away from the SRBs. That's actually an awfully high thrust to weight ratio. I hope nobody falls unconscious here. There's our pilot. I really want to check you. Okay. Let's also separate the fairings and have a look at the vessel. Yeah, as remember, we have a couple of these individual pods, top and bottom, the pilot station, and of course the big crew container, the hitchhiker, known from Vanilla, plus the entry heat shield. Let's see, how was my aim? 25 kilometers. Well, let's see. Ahead or behind? Ahead of the target. So we should have aimed for even less than 310. Let's fine tune this a little bit. So I want to get into a higher orbit. And I need a maneuver somewhere out here, just so I get another marker. Okay, and this one please. Okay, let's see, 11, 4, 8, 2, 1.5. 1 kilometer, so we will have to fine tune after that. Okay, remove this. Oh, come on, get rid of this, thank you. And you can keep performing this maneuver. You don't need this anymore. So 300 meters, we will need to drop this stage Oh, wait, I probably wanted the stage to deorbit itself. Let me think for a second. So this stage, I need to reserve a little bit of fuel there to be able to deorbit it, unless, yeah, definitely. So we will have to perform some of this manually, which means it will not go perfectly in the end. So the exact, we will not reach the exact target orbit. So we will have to fine-tune twice, I guess. But I definitely want to deorbit this, so yeah, it will be manual. I did not put a secondary tank here, right? There is a secondary tank here. Okay, close. Let's try. I can lock this one, then we can perform this automatically. Excellent. Auto warp. Oh, execute. Now perform the node and arm one stage. Arm one stage, please. And it's actually still suborbital, so we will just switch back to it and bring it back down. Or, in fact, it has parachutes. Stage recovery will be able to bring it back down. Even better. That's the recovery of the first stage. We will be fine-tuning our closest approach to 30 meters as all, well, let's say 40 as all. Okay, that's in 24 minutes. Are we still in range? No, we are not. Let's switch back to the other one. This one specifically, switch to. And let's see, unlock this tank. 90 meters, that's okay. Where will we come down? Well, somewhere far away from the KSC, so it doesn't really matter a lot. Turn retrograde. And what's this one? We already staged that. Oh. Off T. Let's kill the rest of the velocity, that's okay. And arm the parachutes. And let's just see it down. You can just hold surface velocity negative. We won't get a lot of money back, but at least it will be deorbited, that's important. And since it's engine first, we hopefully don't need a heat shield. Engines can take a lot of heat. Even on such a steep descent. Oops. That was the... Why was this parachute so high? Ah, well, I guess... we will not be recovering the engine. Something was clearly wrong with the parachute setting here. Let's hope this one is set up more correctly. Yeah, that looks okay. What was the other one set for? Definitely wrong. Definitely wrong. Anyway, I think we can switch this off. No need for that anymore. Too bad about the engine. And that parachute should not have deployed. Let's make sure this one is deploying correctly. It's somewhere up here. There is a little bit parachute. Where are we landing? At throughout, well, about 1.5 kilometers up. Hopefully we will not roll. Let's see. What's with this tiny parachute? That's also not correct. A lot of things are really weird here today. Interesting. Let's just get down. Meters, 100, 20. Okay, that was the normal size in that brief moment. Let's recover that. Only just a couple bucks, not a lot to be expected this far from KSP. Come on, don't make me wait so long. No science, well, 1600 funds, okay. Let's go back to these guys. Get another loading screen, more or less, except loading screens in KSP are black. Okay, that's the fine-tuning burn. Let's just swap there. And hopefully after that we will be able to match velocities. At least electric charge is covered, and we have 41 days of supplies. Just perfect. Okay, this should be going down to 40 meters. Yes. Great, no, that's a 9 meter burn. We are almost there. So let's see, 9 meters, we need probably 0.8 seconds as early. Okay. That's 0.8 seconds in 11 minutes, execute. Okay, where's the station? Okay, up there. Let's see. Where do we want to dock this heavy thing? Either here. Well, it's only these two side ports we have available. unless we want to move this one, and that's probably not a good idea because of the solar panels. So let's say we go to the site, switch over, set as target. Now let's have a look. Okay, we need to turn a little bit. Let's see, this way and this way. And also switch off the engine. We don't need that right now. Okay, a little bit more, not this way, let's see, this way. Yeah, something like that. Okay, RCS on. And now let's get this just for the relative velocity indicator here. And warp a little bit, no need to rush things. Hey, let's see. That's all wrong. Well, let's turn towards the... no, wait. Okay, brake first. Oh, come on. That's definitely wrong, this way. And now let's align, otherwise this will just go wrong, terribly wrong. Okay, much easier this way. Rotate, let's say this way. Yeah, right about this way. Okay. So towards the 180 marker. I just want the hedges to be on the right side. Okay. That's good enough. We are already fine-tuned. Okay. A bit ahead. Sorry, there's no lights. But the sun is coming up just in time. Excellent. Maybe that's a screenshot. We'll see. Come on. Okay. Right on the spot. Turn off RCS, turn off SAS and the alignment indicator. We should be coming in straight for the docking right now, more or less. Magnets take care of the rest. Yes, they do. Okay. So Bill, Bob and Jebediah plus, who was it? Max B will be taking care of training these new people in the space camp who all, well, most of them look a little bit weird, probably due to the slight clipping of the crew capsules here, but that's okay. They didn't exactly pay for luxury accommodations. We also achieved the expansion of the Kerbin space station by not one, but 13 more people, but never mind. Well, let's double check the contract. So not this, not this, still not this. Come on. Base camp. So we have the pilot, the engineer, the scientist, the level 2 at least, of to 12 passengers. We have the orbit. Now it's just 40 days of waiting. Add an alarm. Kerbin Station 1, space camp. For 40 days. Add alarm. Okay. Let's also double check the supplies duration in just a second. So all of this looks okay. Good. Close. We close this. Open this again. Check the supplies. Yes, it's still showing 41 days. We may have to bring some supplies for our resident crew after that. But we can check on that later. Sorry. This should still be running. Yes, it is. And I think that's okay now. Yeah. So we actually made it. We brought the space camp people up to the station, docked them, and they will now be sitting here for 40 days of training. And I think with that it's also about time to end the episode. It has been going on quite long. I will probably take care of this Minmus station business, and especially the debris cleanup in between the episodes, and we will meet after that. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like or a comment about whatever you liked or did not like, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, have a nice time. Bye bye.